What's up, everybody? Family, friends, and future subscribers. Today we are going to be going over the Romanian deadlift. The Romanian deadlift is meant to help you with your glutes and your hamstrings. So it's a really awesome exercise to help you with both of those things and to help strengthen your core. So what we're gonna be doing is we have dumbbells, we have a barbell. So both of these things are gonna be being used because I'm gonna show you how to do it with both of the objects here, barbell and dumbbell. When you're picking your weight, make sure that you're picking something that's gonna be challenging for you for that 10 to 15 rep range. So nothing that's too light, but nothing that's too heavy to a point where you can't do it or that it's unmanageable for you, all right? So, without even the weight, like before we actually even touch the weight, I'm just gonna give you a demonstration of what we're looking for when we do a Romanian deadlift, because it's a hip action, okay? It really comes from your hips. So what we do is we bend the knees slightly, we have our feet about a half shoulder width apart, we just get a small crease in the knees here, okay? Now what you do, I want you guys to just focus on being able to kick your butt back. That motion is extremely important whenever you're doing a hip hinge exercise like this one, okay? So anytime you're doing a deadlift or a Romanian deadlift, you have to know how to hinge those hips, all right? So just, it's as easy as driving your butt back. It's literally that easy. So when you bend those knees just a little bit, about an inch, focus on driving the butt back. That's how you hinge those hips, okay? So this motion is what you need. Then what we do is we just add the actual stretch of the Romanian deadlift. So when you go to pick up a weight, that's the motion that we're gonna be getting. We're gonna have that weight in front of us. We're gonna bend our knees slightly. We're gonna kick those hips back and we're gonna stretch, okay? Now, however far that you can stretch while maintaining a straight back, that's what's gonna be very important because we don't wanna hunch. Here's the difference, right? If you're here like this and you're coming over, this is a hunched back. See, my back looks like I'm like a frightened cat, like, right? And the cat's back goes up. It's the same idea, right? We don't want the hunch. So you have to be able to keep that spine neutral and straight on the way down so that you can keep safe. Now, as far as how far you stretch, that's completely upon your own flexibility. Some people can touch the weights all the way to the floor. Some people can only go to about the middle part of their shin. But wherever you feel that good stretch, you just have to make sure that that back does not hunch. Very important, okay? So, I'm gonna grab the weight now. I'm gonna start with the bar. And I'm gonna give you guys that demonstration, all right? So check this out. Step away from the rack. Remember, we have our feet about a half shoulder width. Gonna bend our knees slightly. Start kicking those hips back. Stretch. Breathe into the bottom. Breathe out to the top. Again. Notice how I'm keeping that bar as close as I can to my legs. Because if you're coming down and this bar starts to slip out in front of you, that's not gonna be good for your back, okay? You have to keep it close to you, all right? Bend slightly, kick the hips back, stretch out those glutes and stretch out those hamstrings. Breathe. Stretch. Breathe. Stretch. Breathe. Stretch. Breathe. Okay? So, once again, guys, I really would like you to pick a manageable, controllable weight, because if that weight is too heavy, you are running a big risk of injury, but you don't want it so light to a point where it's too easy for you either, okay? We want to build that mind to muscle connection, and you want to work with a weight that is manageable and controllable within that 10 to 15 rep range, all right? Now, when you're doing it with dumbbells, it's very much the same, right? We just have two separate pieces of equipment now, okay? Now, I'll give you guys a different view now this way, okay? Remember, feet a half shoulder width apart, bend the knees slightly, kick those hips back, and stretch the hamstrings and glutes here. Breathe. Breathe into the bottom. Breathe out to the top. Breathe in. Okay. And that's how you do it with dumbbells. As you guys can see, it's very, very similar. So whatever you have access to, whether it be you're on a squat rack and you have a bar, or you have a pair of dumbbells that you can use, you could do it either or. It's a great, great exercise to help build your hamstrings. And hamstrings are, you know, one of those muscle groups that doesn't really get talked about a lot, or that even doesn't get hit a lot, just because you can't flex it very well in the mirror or whatever. People love to show off their quads because the quads are that part of the leg where you can really show some definition, some muscle. But the hamstrings play a huge part in everything that we're doing, especially on leg day, right? It really helps with balance, it helps with your core strength, helps with your hip strength. So having a strong pair of hamstrings is very important, just and relatable within all your exercise, okay? So don't neglect those hamstrings, guys. Make sure that you throw in some Romanian deadlifts on your next leg day. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out greatly, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.